country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing. Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain. America, oh America, mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah. Girl, I just went all over the place with that one. Girl, the truth is marching on, honey. Happy 4th of July, bitches.
Happy 4th of July. Welcome to Joel and Randy's Texas Tea, girl.
Texas tea,
Texas,
honey.
girl. All tea, all shade, and it is
Girl, we
Texas,
got some
man.
shade today, honey.
Oh, Lord. Lord, Lord, Lord. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy End of Pride. End of Pride. You know, today...
End of Pride, indeed.
End of Pride. Speaking of Pride, girl. Speaking of Pride.
Pride,
Girl.
a deep love.
Pride.
A deep love.
Pride.
A deep love.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Girl. Let's talk about straight pride.
Shall we?
These bitches. You know, let me tell you why I'm bringing up straight pride. I'm not bringing up straight pride because I keep seeing them on the internet or what have you. I'm bringing up straight pride because somebody asked me, how come, and asked me to my face, how come we don't have straight pride?
Because straight pride is every motherfucking day.
Thank you.
How come.
Thank you. And I said, well, basically I said what Randy said. Y'all have straight pride every day.
Every day. Every advertisement, everything on television. The only people, by the way, who get seen on commercials, and I don't mean no harm, I love y'all. Y'all are my sisters too, and brothers, what have you, whatever, however your boat floats, girl. But lesbians get more exposure as a couple on TV than we do on commercials and stuff like that. For dryer sheets and shit, girl.
Exactly.
You don't see men, two men together, unless it's on a TV show, which my favorite show as far as gay couples go is Modern Family, because that's a true gay couple. But straight pride, are you kidding me?
No, y'all don't need no straight pride. Y'all get straight pride literally every day. Every day.
Every second of the day.
We live in Houston, Texas, and what we love in Houston, Texas, after that winter chill is done, we are a festival people. We love our little festivals, our little street festivals, and everything else. And every one of them are all straight. Yeah. Every last, y'all have straight pride.
You took gay pride and call it Houston Pride Parade. And then they keep emphasizing on the news, and I've said this a million times. Houston Pride. Come out and show your pride. It's like, bitch, no, don't come out and show your damn pride unless you're gay, because it's gay pride. You don't throw a couple of rainbows up and call it Houston Pride. You're even taking our damn rainbow.
Yeah, exactly.
Houston, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Well, the gays should be ashamed of themselves. We have let these straight people run all over us.
Exactly. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, and here was the I
don't hate straight people. Don't get me wrong, but this straight pride bullshit,
y'all need to let that go.
Better hurry, because I'm getting pissed.
Because I can tell you a couple of things that I would like to see at your straight pride parade if that ever were to happen. But let me finish this thought first. First of all,
be scared. Be scared.
I understand why the Pride Committee chose to align themselves with the city of Houston, because they needed more space, they needed this and that.
Yeah.
And they want to try to keep it free, and I get that. And by keeping it free, that meant that they had to take on sponsors from companies.
Sometimes you gotta give the devil some coins.
Yeah, exactly. So you had to lie down in bed with certain corporations and this and that so that you can keep it free for the rest of us, and I get that. I completely get that. But at the same time, I don't remember any of these corporations ever supporting us when it was just us.
Just us. And I don't remember, look, I don't remember any roofing company.
Yeah, exactly. I don't remember.
Beforehand.
And unfortunately, I did not get to go to Pride this year. I usually try to go almost every year.
He does. Now, I myself do not like crowds, girl. I usually, back in the day when it was daytime, I used to cross the street and go into the bar and sit there and drink and wait for everybody to come in. Because I was like, oh, girl, it's so nice and cold.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can't take the heat out of it. And I can't do crowds, y'all.
I remember the
Joel
day.
was a real Pride queen.
Yes,
back in the day.
yes.
She was there.
And still, 2015, when gay marriage became legal, I was at Pride.
Has it been that long?
Yes.
What a blessing.
Yes. 2015, the moment the Supreme Court said gay marriage was legal, Pride was everything. I was living for Pride. I was my best friend, David White, came down.
Shout out to David White. Hey,
shout out to David White. Hey, girl. How you doing? David White rented us a hotel room right on the parade. That was the first year it was downtown. And we had cocktails from our hotel room while we watched the Pride Parade from the 15th floor. We went to the festival because that was the first year they had the festival. Let me tell you something. Here's what I have a problem with the Pride Festival. You bunched it all up in one tiny little area. You expect hundreds of thousands of people to be in that tiny little area. I got to spend half an hour waiting to get a beer. I got to spend half an hour waiting to get food. I got to spend half an hour to get to the bathroom.
The toilet situation.
Oh, the toilet situation.
Oh, no.
The toilet situation. No.
And you don't expect people to pee on the street in that kind of situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're going to have people peeing on the street.
And I said...
I straight up peed in the bayou one time at Bunny Party.
And Miss White said, you know what? I don't like this. I do not like... And her finger went up. I don't like this.
Oh, she got to waggling, honey.
I do not like this. It is hot. It is too many people in one little area. We have walked around for half an hour. I had to pay $5 in ATM fees just to get some cash so I can go to get a beer, a $9 beer from the Budweiser truck that wasn't there 10 years ago, but suddenly here they are.
See? But you know what? Budweiser has always been supportive of the gay community. Budweiser was behind some lawsuits back in the day. And it's true. Budweiser got their feet held to the fire years ago for some reason. Girl, don't ask me why, because I couldn't tell you. I knew then. I don't know now. But anyway, shout out to Budweiser because they didn't have to keep it up, but they've kept up a good support for the gay community.
It's amazing because alcohol has been the backers of gay pride.
Oh, girl!
For years,
alcohol is our friend.
Because yes,
we need to know how to use Miss Alcohol properly, and she can stay our friend if we don't meet up with her too often.
And for some of you who don't know how to use alcohol properly, there are lambda groups for that.
There are
lambda groups.
Girl, God bless you. Get it together, honey.
Get it together, girl.
Your mama didn't raise you to act like that. You know she did.
No, she did not. So if you are having a problem with some alcohol issues, go see a lambda group because
get thee to a meeting.
Yes, get to a meeting because you might need to be there. But at the same time, we talked about this a little bit last week, so I'm going to bring it up one more time. We do need safe spaces for gay people to go to. That it's not just the bars.
Exactly.
That's not just the bars. Like I said, I miss the coffee shops.
Girl, we need a gay coffee clutch.
Yes, we need a gay.
We do.
We need a gay coffee clutch for those queens who don't drink. Those queens
they have social groups that I can't join because I work on the weekends, and they're geared more toward people who have the weekends off. But there are social groups. And
there are social groups.
And I've always wanted to join one. I was actually invited to join one once. But, like I said, our schedules didn't jive. So.
Well, the thing is with the social groups now, I am on a social group on on Facebook, Houston LGBT, and it's a lovely little group. They all bring up issues, and we have little conversations on Facebook and everything else.
We should have some of those people on the show.
Yes, we should. And
because going forward, we're going to start having guests and stuff. We love y'all. It would be nice if some of y'all would come forward and want to be on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
We would love to have you.
We would love to have you.
I always interrupt Joel. That's my job.
But we have lovely little conversations, but I did notice that a few people in the group, especially those people who are a little bit older in the group, when they do try to do social things with other gays, lesbians, bi, trans, on and on and on.
We've got
so
many folks. There are so many colors in this quilt, girl, and I love it.
I love every one of them.
Color.
I find that they feel intimidated when they are sitting around a group of younger people. When they do finally go out to sit in one of these groups, because the groups always make them feel intimidated.
Well, we need to open our arms up to our community of men of a certain age.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we owe them everything. Everything. Even the ones who were in the closet as long as they could be. Girl, back in the day, it was survival. We're talking about survival.
Yeah, exactly.
And we need to respect these gentlemen because they deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as much as our show is more focused on...
Today is a very gay day.
Yes.
And we are owning it, honey.
And as much as our show is focused on mostly gay men, we do love our lesbian sisters as well.
And we do love you straight people.
We do love our lesbian sisters as well.
And we love our lesbian sisters.
Oh God, of course we love our lesbian sisters. We couldn't have gotten through a lot of shit without our lesbian sisters. Thank you. So,
girl, everybody needs some spice in the pot.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm telling you, whoever you are in the LGBT spectrum, get together. Find a place where you feel safe and you can do the things that you like to do.
Do what you can, like Joel said. Seriously, it just touched my heart what you just said and brought up about our men and women in the gay community who can sometimes fall by the wayside because they feel like they can't reach out and touch somebody's hand. We have to embrace these men and women who have been around forever. I love y'all. Y'all been around, girl. Y'all been around forever.
Thank God you have.
But y'all have stories to tell and truth that nobody knows but you. So let your light shine, honey. Don't be afraid to embrace us because we're going to embrace you.
Yeah, exactly. But I want to get back to the little point about straight pride, because like I said,
one last point. I'm dying to get to his. Joel has some. Oh, girl, Joel's got some tea, honey.
Yes, because I want to say this for the absolute last time. Y'all don't need no straight pride. Y'all have it all the year. Unless straight pride, unless you're gonna make straight pride like gay pride, where you allow us to come in and hold hands and bring our children
and bring our fucking children that we don't ever that we not even
all this other
to raise
stuff
properly because you know who you are, straight people,
and treat us with respect like we treat you when you come to our stuff,
and treat us with fear like we treat you, because a lot of times y'all know y'all intimidate and whoop our ass. Y'all been whooping our asses for how long? Hanging gay people, shooting gay people, calling us faggots out the damn window, whooping our asses in high school, whooping our asses in elementary damn school. And you need some pride? Bitch, I've got your pride right here.
Exactly.
I got your pride right here.
Exactly, because I would tell you, you don't need a straight pride. You got your... So stop walking up to us every time gay pride rolls around every year.
Every damn year.
Every damn year, y'all do the same thing.
And on campuses at college, when people are handing out gay pride or information about homosexuality and how to deal with coming out with to your parents and stuff like that. And at A&M, this was years ago. At A&M, shout out to A&M. Y'all are fabulous, I'm sure. However, these particular people were not. They put up a little kiosk, if you will, next to the gay people who were trying to reach out to gay people and about straight shit. It's like, come on, y'all, get it together. Y'all selfish bitches. Hey, you got it all.
Y'all got it all. Let us have our little thing. Can we please have our little thing?
Girl, y'all got a frog in my throat behind this shit. I'm getting so passionate. Don't let me get passionate, girl. I'm not trying to get my pressure up.
And let the reading and the shade begin. We have another incident.
Can't wait.
We went girl, I got notes.
Pages,
I got notes,
pages,
bitch. I got notes. Girl, we went from Hermit Patty.
Woo!
Hermit
Patty. Girl, I hope you're listening, Hermit Patty. Because you know what? Bless your heart. You, like I said, you just had a bad day. Barbecue Becky, you can stay in your lane.
Barbecue Becky.
There's no excuse for that kind of racism, bitch. And I don't call people out for racist shit unless I feel it in my heart and soul. Barbecue Becky, girl, stay in your lane.
Now we have Poolside Paula. I love you, Twitter bitches with these names.
I love you, trolls.
I love you.
I love you, trolls. I hate you, trolls.
Poolside Patty.
You bitches, one of these days are going to turn against me, but today it's all about Poolside Patty.
Poolside Patty was at a public pool, decided that these black teens that were at the pool did not belong there, tried to fight one of them. What? The police was called. No. She ends up going to jail.
No, she did not try to fight a teenager.
Yes, girl. She ended up trying to fight one of these teenagers.
Oh my God.
Called them the N-word.
No,
she
did not pull out country ass.
She pulled out the N-word. She pulled out the N-word in front of all, not just the black teens, in front of all these other white people.
Country as hell.
And
good old fashioned country sheet wearing racism, girl.
Now, Barbecue Betty and Permit Patty didn't go to jail.
Barbecue Becky.
I'm sorry, Barbecue Becky.
Let's give her props.
Girl, there's so many. Barbecue Becky and Permit Patty didn't go to jail, but Poolside Patty went to jail.
Permit Patty is not a racist, y'all. Y'all leave Patty alone. I'm serious now. Barbecue Becky, let the chips fall where they may, and I'm not talking about ladies.
But Poolside Paula, she went to jail. She lost her job. Why don't y'all learn anything?
Girl, Paula's got me choking.
And you know what, Randy? You know what gets me? Why isn't the white women doing this? Why are white women doing this?
How old is Poolside?
You know, I did not look up that information.
What is wrong with you white people?
What is wrong? Why?
Listen, I love white people. I am white, hell. But I don't understand the ignorance. Y'all just ignorant. Y'all not ignorant. Ignorant's different. This is a whole nother level, honey. You ignorant. Ignorant ass.
Poolside. I'm sorry.
Girl, he got so upset and passionate, he done threw his notes on the floor.
Poolside Paula. You had a public pool. You are at a public pool. No. Come on now. You did not have to go there.
You know what? Your white trash ass.
At least the other two didn't use the N-word. This bitch used the N-word.
She pulled it out.
She pulled it out and had no shame in doing it.
No shame.
No shame.
That's not shame, girl. That's straight up.
I don't know if can you call it tea or you can't call it tea or shame because it's not shame because this bitch did her own thing. This bitch did her whole thing.
That is lynch mentality, bitch.
This bitch did her own thing.
Girl, see, I knew the reason I keep laughing is because in the back of my head I'm coining a new phrase and it's called lynch language.
Because that's exactly.
That is lynch language.
Y'all, what you know what? Every day since our last show, every day for the last few days. Oh Lord,
I'm in tears.
It's the 4th of July. This country is just
And y'all forgive me, I just went out of control with that last bit on
This
that
country
song.
has gotten out of control. Do you realize that they did a poll where they said that 44% of Americans believe that their second civil war is coming because of this administration?
Well, I don't know nothing about birthing babies, honey. I'm not even gonna go there. I'll tell y'all what. Y'all need to y'all need to do some other reading or something. Get some better reading material. Maybe binge on something on Netflix. Because y'all crazy. There is not going to be any damn civil war in this country. Ain't nobody stupid.
There's nothing wrong, and our country has been about civil discourse for hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years. But we are never going back to civil war.
We're not going back to civil war.
But just in case, I have an uncle who has guns in his walls, and he's always ready.
I don't know if that uncle would allow me to be in that bunker, so I'm not even going to go there.
He would not.
He would not. So I will just have to fend for myself.
Listen. A man tried to steal his car on his compound. He lives on a compound.
Of course he does.
And a man tried to steal his car, and it's scary. It's scary. You know what he did to that man? They tied him up. I'm not playing with you. It was scary because one of my cousins was bragging about it. They tied his son, my cousin, his son, half cousin, because he's my half uncle.
Well, don't get nobody in trouble.
No, he's dead, job. But so we all win. Anyway, long story short, they tied him up and put electrode on his testicles from a battery and shocked him until he was almost dead, and then let him go. Don't go on that compound.
No.
I'm telling you. But you know what?
That sounds like a dungeon I was at not too long ago.
Oh, no. But, you know, those can be the tea.
Yeah, those can be the tea, girl. They can be the tea.
I'm not the one.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm not the one.
I'm not saying anything, but it could be the tea sometimes.
Shout out to you girls and your, S&M.
Because it can be the tea sometimes.
That's y'all's business. Okay, next. Next, he's got a list here he threw on the ground, which I'm very disheartened.
No.
We got more to talk about.
No. I think
I want to know. Well, it's probably not on the list.
Did you watch the latest episode? I did not watch. By the way, no spoiler alerts here.
No, we don't do that.
We don't do that. But did you? I did not watch. Did you watch the latest episode of Pose?
Yeah.
Do not tell me about it because I haven't watched it.
But it was
fabulous. I watched last week's, which was amazing.
It was fabulous. Yeah.
That show
last week had me in tears.
Tears, girl.
I was nearly curled up in the corner, honey, behind last week's episode. Last week's episode was just true realness, honey. Just trans.
I can tell you right now.
And these girls are all trans, and all the characters on there are played by actors and actresses who are all
the
trans.
people behind the scenes as well. Ryan Murphy. You know, I got to watch a little video.
A friend of mine who's in the business doesn't like him. Well, to that friend, I say, hey, girl, lighten up.
Exactly. Ryan Murphy, who is, when I saw his picture, I'm like, oh, that's a little white man. Look at him.
Yeah.
Did all the research for the show, has everybody who's in front of the camera and behind the camera, or either gay, bi, trans, or lesbian behind the cameras.
See,
that
is a man who appreciates his community.
Exactly.
And is giving jobs to his community.
Yeah, exactly. Most of the people that you see on screen did not have acting jobs before that.
No, and that one girl, honey, the character of Electra. And, Electra is everything.
Electra is everything.
And the character Angel is just, she's given us such realness, girl. It's just amazing.
But I have to tell you, last week's episode of Pose, I fell in love with Electra. I hated that bitch in the first episode.
Oh, I did too.
I hated that bitch in the first episode, but after I saw last week's episode, that bitch gave up everything so she could be her real self.
Yes,
That
indeed.
scene. Oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
spoilers.
Ooh,
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
Anyway, moving
Moving
on.
on. I just wanted to say that I am in love with that show. Y'all need to watch that show.
Y'all need to watch that show.
Y'all
It's
need to
fun.
watch that
It's
show.
Fun.
It is fun.
It doesn't put us in the best light as gay men sometimes, but I believe we'll redeem ourselves eventually on the show.
I believe, I believe that because of
And
the
there's
show,
a lack of lesbian appearance on the show.
there is,
But
but
we'll
in the
get
ball,
there.
but in the
We'll
ball
get there.
scene, there really wasn't a large lesbian influence in the ball scene.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we will start to see maybe a little bit more of that.
Yeah, I think the show's only been on. It hasn't even been a whole season, so we're going to get there.
But I think when you said that we need to redeem ourselves in the show, I feel like that the redemption will come because of the show. I feel like that as gay men, I'm learning more about trans culture than
me too.
I have ever learned. Ever. And I want to thank you, Ryan Murphy, for doing that because I have
it makes a difference.
Yeah, it does make a
because
difference.
It's almost like straight kids watching Will and Grace who didn't know that there were actually gay people out there. And we know, and we've always known that there are transsexuals out there, but this show really puts you in a place where you're being educated. And that's an education that we all need.
Yeah, we all need it.
All of us who haven't a clue as to what transsexuals go through.
Yeah, exactly.
We need that. And listen, I'll be the first one to admit I needed some eye-opening shit.
I did too. I did too.
I'm getting it.
I'm getting it.
And
Thank you.
Through entertainment. So, and it's a very entertaining, eye-opening experience, and I appreciate that.
I really do. I really do. And I feel like that if, for all the gay men who are listening to our show, you really need to watch this show.
Do.
You really do need to watch this show.
And I can't not quote Maya Angelou if I have an opportunity, and I will. When I knew better, I did better. So watch the show, so you will do better. And you will know better.
Exactly. And like I said, for those of us who are older, and we are older,
She's talking about herself, girl. I'm in my 20s.
Okay. For those of us who are not in our 20s. This has been the most eye-opening experience I've ever had. And it has really, I'm not going to say softened, because softened makes it sound like I had a hard line when it came to the trans community.
Your eyes are being open.
My eyes are being more open simply because I'm seeing more stories. And when you see more stories, that's when you start to understand a lot better, and you understand the people who are part of our community a lot better. And I feel like that gay men, we have oh my God, we have so many issues.
Ooh.
Gay men, oh my God, we have so many.
We don't have that many damn issues.
I'm not talking about with the straight community. I'm talking about within our
motherfuckers.
I'm talking about within
I love straight people. Don't get me wrong.
I'm talking about within our own community, because we really need to do better. And I feel we really do need to do better.
And we've had this discussion many, many times, but we have been known to do wrong, Joel and I.
Yeah.
We are in a position where we have a little voice, and we're going to speak.
With our voice,
speak, girl.
With our voice, that means that we're learning too. We're learning too, and we're having a good time with learning.
We are.
We are having a goddamn good time with learning.
Watch your D's, girl. Watch your D's.
Oh, I'm sorry for the Christian. And
GOT.
I have learned so far. I have learned how to respect my gay Christian community.
Thank you.
With a little bit more than I did before, because of my own personal experiences with church. I had always had a terrible time dealing with religion when it came to the church. Speaking of which, we're going to put this on pause for just a second. We will be right back in just a minute, because I'm about to tell y'all something that's so amazing it's ridiculous. And it might give you a little bit of hope. So hold on 1 second. We'll be right back. And we are back.
We are.
We had to make a little bit of Texas tea.
Yes, girl.
And I have something.
We are celebrating.
We are celebrating because here's something that popped up on my
Instagram cracker.
On my LGBTQ page.
I know them.
Yes. A group of Christians in the Philippines.
Uh-oh.
In the Philippines.
This ain't looking good.
Went to a pride parade and held up signs apologizing to the gay community.
Oh, yes, this is looking good.
Apologize to the gay community for all the wrongs they have done towards the gay community.
We have listeners in the Philippines, so shout out to the Philippines. Y'all
shout out
right.
to the Philippines because y'all are doing it right now. It's called Members of the Church of Freedom and Christian Ministries.
Thank you.
Apologize
Lord.
to gay men and women at a pride parade in the Philippines.
I think that is a blessing.
That is
a true blessing.
That is a true blessing because I never thought that anyone from the Christian community would have the balls enough. Now, don't get me wrong. Houston, Texas, we have what's the name of our church where all the gays go? And
Girl, I don't know. I don't do organized religion. I don't do organized religion because
we have a lovely church.
Of the stuff I went through as a child.
We have a lovely church
but I am a Christian. You can still be a Christian.
In the Houston area that has been servicing the gay community for at least 30 years. They were there for us during the AIDS crisis. They were there for us through thick and thin, and they've always been there for us.
Thin and thick.
Thin and thick. Thin and thick.
Girl, we
THICC
thin and
now.
thick, honey. But I'm very happy to hear that because guess what? Christians there's a burden on a Christian. If you're a real Christian, you know that you have no business judging anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But you better pray for them. If you think somebody's in the wrong, you pray for them. You don't judge them. You don't go out and attack them. You don't call them faggots. No, that's not Christian, honey. I don't know what y'all.
You live your life according to the virtues that you're supposed to live your life by, and that's it. That's it.
And pray for everybody else.
And just pray for everybody else.
Pray with real intent.
Yeah, exactly.
Of blessings for those people. Don't pray and say, Lord, I'm going to pray for ye. You know? Anyway, don't get me started.
But when I read that article, I went, I would love to see that at a gay pride parade. But like I said, in Houston, we have a church that has backed us up for God knows how long. So we kind of have that.
And let's not discount the Methodist church in this Montrose area. The Methodist church has always backed up the homosexual community.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the gay community, if you will. But girl, we're all homosexuals. That includes everybody.
That includes everybody.
I'm trying to be inclusive. Look at me trying to be inclusive.
Look at you. Look at you.
Girl, you can't call me poolside Paula.
Oh, you white women, get it together. Get it together.
Listen, I love my white people. And I don't like that show, Dear White People, because that's just racist. But
have you even watched an episode of Dear White People?
But I don't like the title because Dear White People.
Then
you gonna tell me something?
Let me tell you something. And the library is open.
And the library is open.
The library is open.
And the librarian is a black woman.
Don't judge something until you have watched it. Don't judge something until you have read it. Don't judge something simply because
of the title.
We have talked about this before. You have to read.
Just don't like the title. It's divisive.
It is not divisive.
It is divisive.
It is not divisive. And by the way, this show is not the show that you think it is. And I have watched several episodes. Now, don't get me wrong. I have watched several episodes, but at the same time, I'm like, it's just not for me. And I don't mean any harm by the show in any way, shape, or form.
You don't mean no harm.
It's just not for me. And
well, all I can say is
I'm okay
I am
with
not poolside Paula. I can't say that without laughing.
You don't want to be radio show Randy either. Don't do that. Don't do that, girl. I don't want to.
On the radio,
girl. Somebody was.
Y'all can call me Podcast Polly.
Yeah, exactly. Please don't. I'm not fixing. I am not fixing to open up a news thing and go Podcast Polly. Who is Randy? I'm calling this bitch on the phone right now. No,
I would never do that.
No.
But back to the point which I completely skewed.
But the fact of the matter is that to see a Christian community come out to a pride parade and say, we apologize for all the things that we have done to the gay community, you get a certain level of forgiveness from that.
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely. And we'll never see that in this country.
We'll never see that.
I love my country. I do, but we're not going to see that. We don't do that.
I'm hoping that if they did it
here in America,
I'm hoping that if maybe somebody will read that and go, you know what?
Filipino people are fabulous.
Yeah.
They're more than just cute, thick dicks. They're fabulous. Of course, I'm subjugating all the Filipinos.
We talked about this.
And that's not cool.
That's not
Shouldn't
cool.
do that.
That's
but
not cool.
But they do have cute, thick dicks.
But as we said earlier in
my
the
mother can never listen to this show.
As we said earlier in the broadcast, we are still learning because we love learning. That's why we have this show, because we are learning and we love learning.
That's right. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power, and the more knowledge that you have, the better off you are.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Okay, so I'm dying to get to the next topic. Joel is serving topics today, and I'm living for it.
I know. I want to have a little bit of a somber moment. You know, as much as I'm a little silent here because when I read that story about Dan Avalos. Sorry, I had to get my notes. But Anthony Avalos, who was killed by his parents because he told his parents at 10 years old, a 10-year-old child, told his parents that he liked boys. And his life was snuffed out. And his life was snuffed out. And when we were joking, we make jokes all the time and everything else.
Of course, but
and
this is no joke.
This is not a joke. This is not a joke. We in the gay community have been talking about this for years and years and years. About the fact that when a child comes out to you as a parent, in the past, you just simply got kicked out of the house. You simply got kicked out of the house and you were done. I read a story a couple of years ago about a kid who got kicked out of his house, ended up at his friend's house. They ended up adopting him. And his parents said, fine, you can have him. You can have him. And
that's God finding you a family.
Yeah, exactly. When you talk about straight pride and all that other stuff, and then I read stories like this, how dare you walk up to us and tell us
about straight pride,
that you want to have your own straight pride thing? When I have to read stories, like when I read stories about the kids who are doing the drag thing, who are 10, 12, 13 years old, because they love doing it, and it's fun for them, and their parents support them. and then all these people say, "Oh, you're doing wrong by your kid, and you're a bad parent, and you're this and that." How dare you? How dare you speak to me in that way when it comes to straight pride? When you can't even take care of your own goddamn kids.
Exactly.
When you can't take care of your own goddamn kids.
You want an example of straight pride? There it is.
There
right
it is.
There you got it.
That's something you should be proud of.
There you go. Be proud of that.
Be proud of that.
And we're not anti-straight.
Not in any way, shape, or form.
We're just anti-people. I don't even know how to put it. I don't even know how to put it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm stymied.
I'm stymied.
There are no words.
There's absolutely no words. There's absolutely
disgusting.
no words. I watched, I don't know if you watched it because the comedy special that I watched on Netflix.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Which I would ask that you would watch it.
Oh, I'll watch it.
And it
watch
is
it tonight.
It is Hannah Gadsby's Nanette. And it was the most shocking comedy special I'd ever seen. And Netflix had the bravery. This is an Australian comedian who's been a comedian for 10 years, 10 maybe 15 years, and has decided to give up comedy because of the toxic environment that comedy has done to women in comedy. And as a lesbian, she is a lesbian.
Yeah.
And she's told many stories of the things that she has gone through and why she has decided to give up comedy because she couldn't be able to, she had to tell her story in jokes for people to be able to understand that. But when you hear the full story and realize why she had to break it down into a comedy format, she did not want to do that anymore.
Right.
Because she wanted to tell her story. And when I heard the story, it's the most amazing thing. No spoilers. I know we gave a lot of spoilers here in Post.
Well, we didn't give that many spoilers. We've been good.
We've been pretty good. I implore you, as gay men, to watch this comedy special.
Well, now I gotta watch it.
I implore you, because there were some truths that were told that if women, you have to understand something. If women in comedy are going through all of this stuff, imagine gay men going through this when they're in comedy. Imagine lesbians going through this in comedy. Imagine transgender people, bisexual people, all the people under our rainbow who are trying to make it on the comedy circuit, having to deal with the issues in comedy.
Right.
That makes a lot of them go, I don't want to do this anymore. It's become a toxic environment. And I'm not saying that it's ruined comedy. I'm saying that maybe...
Well, by a toxic environment, are you talking about all the trolls and stuff like that?
I'm talking about the fact that it's not just the trolls online. It's the actual real life, hey, I have been called faggot, I have been called this, I've been at my comedy shows, it's fine when you can endure it from the audience, but when you deal it from the people who work in the same industry as you on a constant basis.
Well, that happens. That happens. We talked about this before. There are gay men who judge other gay men because they're too Nelly. Bitch, I'm just being real. I'm just being natural. If you find me too Nelly, kiss my Nelly ass.
And that's why I said, that's why our show, I feel like I'm not going to say it's important, because it's not. We're just two guys.
I think it is important.
On a certain level, it does have some importance, because...
I mean, we're not doing charitable work or anything like that, which is very important, but no, I think our show's important.
But the thing is that we need to learn how to be more... I'm not going to say tolerant. I don't think tolerant... I don't like the word tolerant.
I can't... Don't tolerate me, mother.
Yeah, exactly.
Accept me. Know that I'm not going away simply because you are uncomfortable. Do not tolerate me.
Which takes us back to...
I'll tolerate your ass.
Which takes us back to episode 3.
Don't tolerate me.
Episode 3 of Pose.
See,
when
Joe.
Blanca tried to go into the... Yes.
See, Joe.
Mm-hmm. When Blanca tried to go into the white gay bar.
Yes. We're talking about Pose again. But that's okay.
And that's fine because we have to see those things to understand how we can get better. How we do better. How we do right.
We're gonna pray for the people, his mom and dad, because they're going to hell. We just gonna pray that they get there quick. That's what we're gonna pray for.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that's not what prayer is for. But you know, I'm joking. Y'all be praying for that.
But
that's good for your soul, honey.
But to see the mistakes of the past, unless we learn the mistakes of the past, we don't move forward.
Yeah.
And as a gay community, we have to move forward. We have to make pride about everybody in pride. Everybody.
And Gay Pride Month comes but once a year, honey. And it's over now, but it'll never be over.
Gay Pride
because we hold ourselves high, our heads high, and we're proud every day that we are gay on this planet, and we're allowed to be gay. Unfortunately, some of us are under the thumb of our parents, and because we're talking about gay youth, you know, and it's hard, and I don't want any child not to be gay, but y'all be careful, because you know what? You don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
If y'all can hear me, you gay children, and I hope you're not listening, because this show is not for you because of the content, because we get downright dirty sometimes.
And if you are listening, ask your parents a lot of questions.
But don't tell them. Don't tell them if you don't think they want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm telling you.
But there was
I've been down that road.
I will say this one little line from Nanette that spoke to me so well. She said, her mother said that if I knew that you were different from all of my 5 children, I wished that I had raised you to be the person that you were instead of the person that I wanted you to be.
There you go. Yeah.
And that spoke volumes to me. I cried. That spoke volumes to me. Because if you're a parent, if you're a straight parent, and you recognize that your child is different, you need to be able to educate yourself and figure out how to raise that child where that child will have the self-esteem to grow up to be a loving human being who will love themselves no matter what.
Right. I agree.
We talked about this a long time ago, and I'll bring it one more time. When I said that I still, for years, still felt the shame of being gay, even though my parents were, quote-unquote, okay with it.
His parents were cooler than mine.
Quote-unquote, okay with it. There was still a certain level of shame involved because of something that happened a long time ago. I'm not going to bring that up.
No, let's not.
That shame stayed with me for a long time. And that shame affected me in so many ways, it's ridiculous. And now that I'm older, that shame is now, I'm not going to say it's gone. I'm going to say it's better. Because now I'm at full acceptance with who I am. But it took me this long to get there. I don't want a child to go through what I had to go through to get to this. I want that child to be 20 years old and accept who he is 100% because his parents
and live his best life.
And live his best life. Or her best life.
But you know, parents do evolve. And my parents were flabbergasted when I came out. But you know what? We are fine. Sometimes it takes time for them to realize that this isn't going away. And they educated themselves and got right with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have a loving, wonderful relationship now. And they're the best people in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
They're God's people.
Mm-hmm.
They're good people.
But it would be great if they had done it when you were younger.
It would have been great if they... But they didn't have the tools.
But they didn't have the tools.
And
now you have the tools.
We're men of a certain age.
Yeah.
They didn't have the tools.
They didn't have the tools back then. But now there's no excuse.
There are tools now.
There are too many tools now.
I'd like to take a tool and whoop somebody's ass behind killing their child.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to do that.
Maybe a hammer. No, I'm kidding.
No.
I don't want anybody to be violent against anybody. Violence is never the answer.
Let the justice system take care of that and call it a day. But
Thank you.
I would love, you parents have the tools now to understand that if you notice that your child is gay at an early, gay, lesbian, bi, trans, whatever, at an early age, you educate yourself and you raise that child to have the self-esteem that by the time that they are ready to walk out of the house, they know exactly who they are and they're ready to go out into the world.
There you go.
And that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
And that's how you do it. It is no different. Stop treating...
See, he's got me. I have to do it. I can't help it.
Go ahead.
I can't help it.
Go ahead.
This is how we do it.
Exactly. So you... Exactly.
I'm
so,
off hurt today with my voice like... Shocking.
But this is what you have to do.
Yes.
This is what you have to do.
All right, Joel. I'm intrigued by more of your...
there was
more stuff to talk
there was
about.
one more thing.
And it's getting late in the show, so we've got to talk about some girl.
Oh no!
I have your pad.
Oh no! It's in memory now.
Okay.
Here's something that like I said, the Christian thing in the Philippines got me. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now here's
the people of the Philippines have my heart anyway.
Now,
because they listen to me because I had spoken to one when I was on the phone with Timo. And he spread the word. So girl, we have the Philippines. Hello, Philippines.
Now here's something that I wanna say to. Hopefully, like I said, mostly we're listened to in the United States. Mostly we're listened to in Houston. And if anyone outside... They
love us in Japan and Atlanta.
And anyone outside of these borders who are living in countries where it is illegal for you to be who you are.
Oh, that's horrible. I can't imagine living like that.
Can you imagine?
Seriously.
No.
I cannot. Because, honey, this light cannot be under a bushel. Honey.
No, it cannot. It cannot.
I've never been able to keep my mouth shut.
There is someone who is running for mayor of Moscow. He is openly gay.
Oh.
And he is HIV positive.
Oh.
Running for mayor in Moscow.
I think he's a very, very brave person.
City of
Moscow.
Moscow.
Got a target on his back. God love him.
In the city of Moscow, and yet he knows he has a target on his back, and he's going to do it anyway.
And I think he's very, very brave. You know, it's like that guy who ran. See, why did I say ran? It's like the guy who was the dictator of Iran. I got on a bad dinner jacket. That's his name.
I got on a bad dinner jacket?
I got on a bad dinner jacket.
Okay.
Anyway, I got on a bad dinner jacket said that there are no gay people in Iran. Bitch!
Yeah.
You can't stop gay people. It's called birth.
Yeah, exactly.
We be birthing some gay cheering every day around the world. I'm proud of this man.
I am very proud. I'm very proud of the Turkish people who threw a pride parade, and they still the police came out with guns. What? No, they were shooting rubber bullets and stuff. Don't worry, they were.
Girl, a rubber bullet gotta hurt.
Yeah, I know.
Like hell.
It's gonna hurt.
Take a rubber bullet to the eye and see what
But
happens.
decided that they were gonna have.
Can you imagine taking a rubber bullet to the eye?
No,
You'd have lost your eye, girl.
No.
And shout out to Turkey.
No, shout out to Turkey. Shout out to
the gay men of Turkey.
The gay men and women of Turkey who decided they were going to have a pride parade in spite of the government, and they did so anyway. It might have ended in a little bit of violence, but they did it anyway. And this is what we do.
Yes.
This is what we do.
This is what we have to do.
This is what we have to do. We have to do this in every country that is living under the oppression of someone else.
Gotta
who
get
does
militant.
not.
Gotta get militant, bitches.
You have to get militant. All you countries in Africa that are living under oppressive rules, you want to have to get together. Bitches, you're going to have to get together. And I know that it's not going to turn out well at first, but the more that you get, and the more allies you get, the better. This is what you're going to have to do. If you want change, you're going to have to get out and march in the streets, and that's what you're going to have to do.
Well, that's what you're going to have to do.
That's what you're going to have to do. Don't wait on us, because I'm going to be honest.
I have arthritis, and I'm just saying.
We
have our own shit to deal with.
We have our own stuff.
But I'm telling you, we're going to be just fine. Everybody's going to be just fine. But please, if I can leave you with one last thing, please don't say you tolerate gay people.
Stop it.
Don't nobody want to be tolerated by your ass. I'm sorry.
No.
It's just the truth.
Nobody wants to be tolerated.
I tolerate an ingrown toenail sometimes. Until I
get somebody to clip it.
Clip it.
Yeah, exactly.
Girl, one time, I had a neighbor. Y'all, this is just fun.
Yeah, this is just fun. Go ahead.
Because we're at the end of the show. Girl, I had a neighbor. He said, girl, come see me tomorrow for your ingrown toenail. I said, okay, Miss Joffrey. So I went down to Miss Joffrey's. Girl, I smoked a little weed. He said, girl, I have some weed. Smoked a little weed. He gave me a bottle of Jack Daniels. He got a steak knife out of the drawer.
No, he didn't.
Yes, and I'm watching this is back in that day. And I'm watching all my children. And he's, don't look, girl. And he straddled my leg with his back to me, got to business with that steak knife. I went, woo! And he, drink, girl, drink. I was chugging right out of the bottle of Jack Daniels, girl. Oh my God. Got that ingrown toenail, though, didn't he? Shout out to Joffrey, honey. I hope you're alive, but I don't know, you and your mama, they used to fight.
Really?
His mama might have won by now. We're no spring chickens anymore.
No, we're not, but...
And I want to apologize again for the opening song. I went all off the rails, girl. It was kind of funny. I've got the funny, if nothing else.
I thought your melodies of all the songs that celebrate America was amazing.
No, that one part when I was... that last part. Girl, what was I thinking? Anyway.
Well, you did go off the rails because you did not sing the theme song for the show.
I did not sing the theme
song. You went right into talking.
Because the truth is, I'm happy to be in America. And I love this country, girl. And you know what? It's not love, honey. It's love. Love. Love, love, love. You know, when I love something, it's even stronger.
And you know what? I love this country, too. And I love this country so much that I want to see this country improve. And
we will.
And I am willing to do that stuff because I want to see this country improve.
Oh, yes.
And this country will get better. It will get better.
We are fine if we would just... We need to stop all this trolling and tweeting and twitting and twatting and all that shit.
Well, if it wasn't for the tweeting and twatting, we wouldn't have poolside. We wouldn't have poolside Paula.
Bitch, you went down.
Bitch, you went down.
And good.
Crazy, Relay. You went down crazy.
And barbecue Becky. Fuck you.
Barbecue
But y'all leave Permit Patty alone. Bitch just had a bad day.
Bitch had a bad day.
It wasn't about race.
It was just a bad day. Y'all leave.
Bad day.
Y'all
leave.
Learn to live.
Peppermint Patty alone.
Y'all, of all the three, at least give her a little bit of leeway. She really did have a bad day. I feel like that she just had a bad day.
She did. Y'all leave her alone. Let that woman live.
I feel like she just had a bad day. We
Joe
have to learn
adjusting his Velcro and his.
We do have to learn a little bit of forgiveness when it comes to this. All I say to you, Permit Patty, is it Permit Patty? I'm making sure because they
Patty.
all. I know, Permit Patty. Get yourself some counseling.
Oh, honey, she's fine. No, she got a package from her church, and that's good. Mm-hmm. But I do feel sorry for her because she enjoyed her. I'm sure she enjoyed her career because she did really good work. You know, she was doing something with some charitable organization. So it's okay, Patty. We love you, girl. And Whoopi Goldberg, you need to make sure not to judge too harshly these people that you find online doing this shit, especially Permit Patty. But y'all can have Barbecue Becky.
You can have Barbecue Becky. You definitely can have Poolside Paula. Poolside Paula. Y'all do whatever y'all want.
Y'all do whatever y'all
want.
Don't lynch her.
Don't do that. But y'all.
Well, here's another show where we're saying goodbye, and we just enjoyed ourselves so much. Y'all know we enjoyed ourselves.
We're going to sit here and have a couple more cocktails and look at these pictures and try to figure out which one we're going to put on the cover.
Yes, we have good pictures for the new cover, girl. We worked it.
Yes,
anyway,
we did.
Thank y'all for listening.
We'll see y'all again next week.
And we'll be doing some UB2B next week. But, girl, this is the face for podcast right now. So.
Same gay time, same gay channel. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.